Hey everybody, it's me, Robert Ochoa, and we're still doing the Halloween thing. Today I thought I'd look a little bit creepier today. Get the black hood on, maybe look like a type of guillotine death guy or something. Anyways, you know what? Today we got a good movie, but it has a weird past. In fact, a confusing past. Super confusing. So, let's just jump right into it. Today we're talking the movie about... Today the movie we are talking about, is of course Zombie. Yeah? Alright, so check it out. I'm going to see if I get this right. I've seen it many times on YouTube and I've read about it. Hopefully I can do it. So I guess what happened is that Night of the Living Dead was created. Right? It was created here in the United States by George Romero, and then he made Dawn of the Dead. Well, what happened is that when Dawn of the Dead was released in Europe, and I think Italy was the country, there was no Night of the Living Dead, there was Dawn of the Dead. So the fact that it was a sequel, they decided to name it Zombie. So they changed Dawn of the Dead, and they just named it Zombie. Alright? But what happened is that instead of waiting for the sequel to come out to Dawn of the Dead, which is of course Day of the Dead, another Italian director, and hopefully I'm saying this right, Lucio Fulci, I think that's it, Lucio Fulci. He wanted to make a sequel to Dawn of the Dead, so he made Zombie, which is this movie. But here's the thing: when that came out in Europe, they couldn't call it Zombie because Dawn of the Dead was Zombie, so they gave it the proper name of Zombie 2. So when this movie came out to the United States, they couldn't call it Zombie 2 because there was no Zombie 1. So guess what they did? They called it simply Zombie. So the fact that I'm holding Zombie and Zombie 2 are the exact same movie. See, you can even tell like on the cover. I thought they were different movies because I had seen Zombie and then I saw Zombie 2. So then I went and I bought Zombie 2 and I said, hey, wait a minute. It's the same thing as Zombie. What gives? To add more to the confusion, there was no Zombie 2. Well, technically this is Zombie 2, but in the United States it's only Zombie. So then they created Zombie 3. And from there on they created Zombie 4. And from there they created Zombie 5. But technically, all these movies go something like this. There's Dawn of the Dead, then there's Zombie 2, then there's Zombie 3, then there's Zombie 4, then there's Zombie 5. There's a bunch of other zombies out there too that I really won't get into because these are the only ones I have. So let's just get down to Zombie 1. Zombie 1 is actually, it's a really good film, but it's slow paced. Kind of like the way the zombies walk in the movie. Anyways, for all of you who've seen Dawn of the Dead, the original one, you know it takes place after Night of the Living Dead. Well, in this Zombie, they try to explain why there's zombies in Dawn of the Dead. So they say that it's a voodoo curse or something. And there's a doctor on an island who's killing people who are turning into zombies, but he's so trying desperately to find a cure. What happens is that a ship randomly crashes into the New York harbor and it has a zombie on it. There's two reporters, I think, that are trying to figure out what's going on. They find out where the ship came from, and so they go and they hire like these other two people to help them, another couple, and then they go to the island, which is kind of weird because they just randomly hire a couple to take them to the island. It's like, hey, we're going to go to this island. There's a possibility that you might die by zombies. Do you want to go? Yeah, let's go. This scene is known for a lot of things, or this movie's known for a lot of scenes that are, are big. One is the most famous scene is where a zombie reaches his hand through like a window or something, and he pulls the girl slowly and he pulls her slowly, and as he's pulling her, her eye is in line with the piece of wood that's like sticking right at her. So he's slowly going, and then finally the piece of wood impales her eye and just jams right in there, and then the zombie just breaks it off. I always thought that was funny because the way the zombie's like just pulling her slowly, she's kind of like leaning into it, and I figured, why didn't she just take one of her free hands and just move that out of the way? I mean, it's cool, don't get me wrong, the special effects are cool and it's bloody, but it easily could have been dealt with by just... It was already a piece of broken wood, so I don't think it was going to be that hard for that piece of wood not to move. I don't know. But it's also famous for the zombie versus shark scene. There's a part where there's a girl scuba diving and she's hiding from a shark, and all of a sudden a zombie comes out and grabs her, and the zombie ends up fighting the shark. He takes the bite out of the shark bites his arm off. It's crazy. For being an Italian film, and I've seen a lot of Italian horror films, especially like the cannibal ones, they're really bloody and gory. This one's kind of tamed. The special effects aren't that great. A lot of the times the zombies just look like people with clay just stuck on them. I don't know, it's really weird. But I mean, it's cool. It's a bloody movie. It's a good zombie movie. I do like it how it explains a zombie being a voodoo curse instead of it being like toxic chemicals or something like that. So I think that's pretty cool. You get a different perspective of how the zombies, are coming to life. So, but anyways, this is a good movie. Any zombie fan would like it. Any horror fan would like it. People who are really into gore and killing might not enjoy it that much. This movie is slow paced. I watched it last night and I forgot how slow it was getting into the cool action zombie killing stuff. But it's alright. You get your fair share of boobies. Horror movies, they have to show naked women. So, yeah, you get some of that too. It's a good movie. It's a classic. It's awesome. It has a unique past. And as for the other zombie movies that I have here, they all suck. I'm not gonna lie. I've seen all of those, and the previews made them look so much better. But if you're gonna watch one, just watch this one. And if you're going to want to watch the other ones, don't watch this one. Zombie Killing Birds. It's terrible. It's the worst movie ever made. Here's my review on it. You get a double review. It's about a group of teenagers that go to some mansion, and there's some crazy dude that's getting attacked by birds, and nothing happens. It's a bunch of talking. Then all of a sudden, at the end of the film, when the teenagers go, "Oh shit, we better get out of here," that's when the zombies start coming out, and everybody dies. It's a terrible film. It's a waste of time. I don't know why they would put it in a series like this. At least in these other two, you get some action and fighting. Anyways, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Maybe next time we'll take a look at another zombie movie. Maybe not. I don't know. Everything's a surprise. But anyways, I'll see you guys later. Talk to you soon. And have a happy Halloween month. Yeah, there you go. Happy Halloween month.